Hi guys, this is a supplementary video um, that's going to show the assembly of the dual syringe pump. All the components needed to assemble the dual syringe pump are laid out here. And first of all, we have the chassis, which is the main base, and also the 2x pusher for the syringes, and a syringe demo are placed right here. We have the servo motor here, and also the servo motor disc, and also the a pinion gear that goes along with the servo motor and the servo pump. And then we have two three-way pinch valves, and also one two-way pinch valve, and also a tubing. And also for the assembly, I recommend using a screwdriver and also a pin vise. Um, the parts, the chassis, the final gears, and also the two pushers were printed by a 3D printer. We use a 3D printer from Guarantee and Ender 3 version 3 SP printer for the parts. Without further ado, let's get started. We have the chassis there, and then the the servo motor. So all the components is gonna be labeled in the video. So it goes right into here, and then we have four M4 screws with four nuts. Make sure the servo motor fits perfectly into the chassis. Yeah. So after fixing the servo motor, then you put in your dual syringe. You can slide both pusher into the rails, and then I'll show you a quick back and forth. So it should be very smooth. Same with the second one also. For this step, we can also attach our syringe into the chassis. Make sure that fits snugly. Okay, so we can place this outside. When you're done, with that, carefully place your screw into and try to have like a quarter turn with your hand. Then go in with the screwdriver. Then it's recommended to bore another hole directly opposite to the one you just did. And then you are done, ready to proceed to the next stage, which is attaching this to the shaft of the motor. After this is done, we put this on top of the gear and make sure that it fits right into the shaft of the motor. You're gonna hear a click when that is done. Then we have this screw that comes with the servo motor, and then we'll screw them all together. So when that is done, basically have your dual syringe pump assembled. Then we go in with the pinch valves. We have the three-way pinch valves are going to be fixed right in two of the center, these two positions. And then lastly, we have the two-way pinch valve into here. And then the connections of your tubings for your two-way valves. And then to the second one. And there you have it. Your dual syringe pump is assembled.
Now we're going to begin the setup of the hardware circuit assembly. And here we have the Arduino Uno serving as the microcontroller. We have a breadboard where all the entire connections will happen. And we also have some of the components. Part of it is the male-to-male jumper wires that connects the components from the Arduino to the breadboard. Then we also have the NMOS transistor that contains the gate, the drain, and the source pins. We have the 1K ohm resistor. We have the diodes. And finally, we have the assembled syringe pump. We have the assembled syringe pump that will connect to the entire circuit assembly. Now, we begin by running the power connections. So the first thing we want to do, we have the 12-volt power source, we have the 6-volt power source. So we'll designate one for the 6-volt power on the breadboard, and we'll designate one for the 12-volt input that connects into the breadboard, the microcontroller. So first thing we want to do is we'll connect one end of the jumper wires to the Arduino ground pin, and connect the other end to either any of the negative pins on the breadboard, either end of the negative part of the breadboard basically. So we'll connect it to, you can pick any one of the negative ports. Pick this, so we know our ground connection is set already. Then we also pick one of this, let's set it to this. We'll also pick another jumper wire and connect it to the V-in of the microcontroller, which connects to the 12-volt positive part of the breadboard. Now the next thing we are going to do is to insert the 3 MOSFETs, the NMOS transistor, into the breadboard. Connect these 3 NMOS transistor into the breadboard. This will act as a switch for each of the pinch valve that is on the syringe pump. So basically, this is how we connect it together. Now, on the breadboard, this is in series, while this is in parallel, and we have to connect each pin of this component in parallel, so we can be able to use the other end in series in connection to the other component. Now, you pick a jumper wire, right? So we're going to pick it one by one. The same connection you do for each one of the NMOS transistor, you apply it to the rest. So the NMOS transistor, looking at it from this end, it has 3 pins, right? The first one is called the gate, the middle one is called the drain, and the third one is called the source. The source connects to the ground. The drain, which is the middle, connects to the pinch valve on the syringe pump, while the gate, which is the first pin, connects through the 1K ohm resistor directly to the PWM digital pin on the Arduino microcontroller. So what we're going to do now is, on the breadboard now, we pick each pin. We can use a smaller jumper wire here. Then we pick each pin, we connect the source, all the source, to the ground. Now, once that is done, we connect the middle pin, which is the drain. We connect it, so we are going to extend that out the drain and connect it to one end of the pinch valve from the assembled syringe pump. But we can do that using a wire coming directly from the pinch valve of the syringe pump. So we have the syringe pump. Each one of the valve has a connecting wire that can connect directly into the breadboard. So when we get to that, we are going to assemble it together. So right now, let us connect to the gate of the transistor, the NMOS transistor. So we connect the gate through 1K ohm resistor directly into the PWM digital pin, right? So first thing we want to do is to connect our 1K ohm resistor for each of the gates on the MOSFETs, the transistor. So one end of the resistor goes into the ground and the other end connects to the gates of the transistor. Now, once this is completed, you're going to pick 3 jumper wires for each one of them and connect it directly to each of the digital pin. So we'll connect this, the first one, we'll connect it to pin 10, digital pin PWM, pin 10 on the Arduino board. Then we'll connect the second one through the resistor, basically. We'll connect it to pin 6 on the Arduino board. Then we'll connect the third one, and basically you can pick any PWM digital pin on the Arduino board. To pin 5 on the board. Now, once this is done, our resistor is connected to the ground, our gate is connected to the digital pin. What's left? So we are going to connect the diodes. So the diodes, so we have 3 diodes. Each diode connects across the pinch valve. So which means we are going to connect the 3 diodes together, which are going to cross the pinch valve, the 2 wires, the 2 connecting wires coming from each pinch valve. So each pinch valve comes with a connecting wire. Now these 2 are going to be connected in parallel and then connected across each diode on the breadboard. And each one of them, one end goes to the 12 volt power supply, and the other end goes to the drain of the transistor. So what we're going to do now, we're going to connect all our diodes at once, right? We'll connect one end of the diode to the 12 volts power supply, and we connect the other end. So we'll connect one end of the diode. You can leave it like this. So let's connect it directly to the 12 volts. One end goes to the 12 volts of each diode, and then let's target the drain, the gate. I mean, sorry, the drain, which is the middle pin of the transistor. So now on the diode, we are gonna monitor the labeling on the diode. So the painted one that has the white plated one, goes directly into the 12 volts. So now we have our diode connection successful. So the next thing we want to do now is, and we've connected it directly, the other end, to the drain, which is the middle pin of the transistor. So the next thing we want to do now is to connect our assembled solenoid pump, our assembled syringe pump, and then we'll connect the solenoid pinch valve. We'll connect each one of them. We'll connect each one of them across the diode. One goes to the 12 volts and the other end goes directly into the connection between the diode and the drain. So we put this in the middle here. So that's a serial connection between the 3 pins. The other end goes to 12 volts. Now, the entire circuit connection is almost done. So what is basically left now is to connect the Arduino microcontroller to the servo motor on the assembled syringe pump. So how do we do that? We'll connect. So the servo motor has 3 female pins, so which is expecting 3 pins coming directly from the Arduino microcontroller. Now one goes to the 6-volt power supply, the positive 6-volt power supply. The middle one goes into the digital pin of the servo motor. So we can connect it to pin 9. So pin 9 of the servo motor connects to, pin 9 of the microcontroller connects to the middle of the servo motor. The positive 6-volt pin connects to the end. And finally, the last pin connects to the ground. So you pick any ground. Let's pick a ground here. And right there, we have the entire hardware setup for this dual syringe pump.